TOA community, Fit Body, and Fit Body Forever communities. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Robert Linkle with trainingtheolderadult.com. Wanted to pop on here and share a video with you of this amazing new, well, I don't know how new it is, but this amazing surgical procedure that is being done. It was showcased on Dr. Corey's website or Instagram page, and I just want to come over here and show it to you. Let's take a look at it, and then we'll come back and discuss a little bit piece by piece of what's going on.
Do you know a balloon can help a crushed spine? Believe it or not, for some collapsed vertebra, your surgeon with a needle can insert a balloon into the bone. The balloon inflates, gently restoring the vertebral body's height like a car jack. Bone cement is then injected into that space for almost instant stability. 30 minutes, a needle, a balloon, some quick drying cement. Most patients are able to go home the same day. Do you know a balloon can
How about that? Like think about this. If so most lower back injuries occur to the disc in between, not the vertebra, right? So see the white part in between here, that is the disc. And let's say this is L3, lumbar 3. Underneath it would be L4, lumbar 4. Your disc is this squishy, kind of, as my surgeon called it, crab meat filled little balloon that is basically squishy in between that. Now, running right up the middle of that is your vertebral column, and it kind of hooks like a U, right? It kind of sits like so, like a U. And the vertebrae itself, it doesn't run directly through the middle of the bone. It kind of runs around the U. So the vertebrae, if this was the central, my central nervous system, my spine, right? It kind of sits here amongst all the bony part along this inside, and just right up the spine there, right behind the spine, is the vertebral, or is the central nervous system, my spinal cord running through the center. So if one of the vertebrae are to get cracked and manipulated due to a car accident or an impact of somewhat, that where if the vertebrae then collapses down, like this image is showing you here, imagine like Jenga pieces, right? With a string taped onto the side. If you move one of the Jenga pieces and it collapses, what happens to the string? It like collapses and goes to slack. And so your column starts to do that in a sense, where the structure that's supposed to be holding it vertical in a good position is now reducing in size. So the spinal cord is now like, I don't know, it starts to pack up and move and push out. And that's when you start to get sciatic symptoms and other pains that are excruciating pains. So amazing. What is done here is there's basically a giant needle that is fed in through the back of the spine. And they've got these two little guide rods, it looks like, that go in right below the like right behind the facet joint. So as I was saying there's your vertebral column right there, right? And then the spinal cord goes right in those gaps, right up the gaps there in the center. And it's all kind of protected and overlaying in there. The facet joints are the wings that stick out on the side, kind of like the wings of an airplane stick out to the side there. And so it looks like they're going in right above that and basically creating two little channeled holes that they can then use like a straw, that they can then take tools in and out. So with the squished vertebrae, they now put in a balloon, as he's saying, and the balloon fills up and it takes up the space of where the vertebral height used to be. That had now collapsed and smushed down. They push it back to where it was. So if this was, let's say, an inch in height, it is now back to an inch, or pretty close to its original size. Now, since you're laying down and knocked out, there's no pressure for it to go back down. Again, since you're not applying any pressure, they can remove that balloon, take that out of there. It'll hold its height, its size for a moment, while they then put in this little pipe that's going to pump in all of this basically cement. He said over about 30 minutes, it's going to fill in this gap and then harden, and the individual can go home that day. I mean, how amazing. Some of the procedures and the things that they are doing nowadays to assist and help people with lower back injuries, with knee injuries, the patella, the strip of patellar tendon that is now removed and utilized as an ACL is amazing to watch that. You're actually taking a piece of bone from the patella. They kind of tunnel down through the top of the kneecap, basically taking a piece of bone. They go right through the center of your patella into your tibia, take a little bit of the bone on that end, and then they strip it out. They just pull it straight out. Imagine a straw in a watermelon, okay? You stick the straw in the watermelon and then you pull it out, and then you blow out that piece that's right down the center. It's got bone and then patellar tendon and then bone again. And that's exactly what every torn ACL needs, is something that can graft back in via its own bone. This is your own body recognizing its own parts. It's going to be bone to bone. They basically just put it in place, put a couple screws in there, and now your patellar tendon is the new ACL holding your knee together, which in many cases is stronger than your original ACL. I mean, it's amazing some of these things that they are able to do. And watching the disc replacement therapies, the vertebral rebuilds that you see like this, some of the other things, the old days of just fusing everything together and you being stuck in an immobile, unpliable, just rigid position are almost days of the past. There's still demands for surgeries like that, but it's really, really changing. Some amazing lower back and full spine scoliosis cases have been fixed where people are so debilitated with scoliosis, they are literally able to knock the person out and break their back piece by piece, break it, and they put imagine just a super thick piano cord, like as wide as my finger, all the way up each side of the spine, and they bolt them in there, and those wires are still allowing for pliability, but they basically just rebuild your spine after breaking each one of the vertebrae apart and restacking them, shaving them, building them back into position. It's amazing. One of my clients had that done. I actually have the x-rays. I'll show you next time. I'll be more prepared to be able to show you that. It's amazing the things that are being done these days. So if you have back issues out there and you get to a point where the doctor says, yep, we're going to have to fuse you, I wouldn't accept that as an immediate answer without getting some second opinions. Definitely some other options out there for you to at least look into first before making any final decisions. All right, gang, I'm Robert Linkle, trainingtheolderadult.com. I hope you enjoyed this. Comments, questions, feel free to comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share this out with anybody else that you think might find this interesting. Much appreciation to all of you. Have a great day. And until next time, as always, please do continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. Take care.